They were teased as Ninjago's greatest villains, 5 beings from the wilderness, Ram Destroyers, Fearbringers. The hype was real. The Forbidden 5 were supposed to be legendary, but instead, they were forgotten. When part 1 of Dragon's Rising Season 3 dropped, the excitement vanished fast. These villains who were meant to reshape the world barely left a scratch, and now fans are asking the question no show wants to hear. This is a full breakdown of how the Forbidden 5 were hyped up to be Ninjago's deadliest villains, and how the show wasted every ounce of their potential. Let's rewind. At some point, an ancient beast Thunderfang had attacked the first realm. After being imprisoned, he gave his dragon energy to 5 people. The destruction began with 5 corrupted elemental masters from the wilderness, once protectors, now predators. They discovered Thunderfang's dark energy deep in the wilderness. It didn't just corrupt them, it evolved them, gave them new dangerous abilities, and in exchange, it took their humanity. Together they founded the Wolf Clan, destroying their realm from inside out before their chaos could spread to the other realms of creation. 2 legendary warriors, Egot and Rantu, sealed them in the nether space. At first, the Forbidden 5 were all supposed to be wolves, originally fitting the Wolf Clan team, but last minute, Lego design choices threw a curveball, adding a bug villain and even a jackal instead of wolves. It's clear these design changes forced the writers into some awkward storytelling decisions that hurt the Forbidden 5 story. This kind of interference isn't new. Characters like Cole and Pixel have returned, mainly to promote mech sets, forcing the writers to add them in, even if the story suffers. Basically, Lego's influence limited the writers' freedom, which explains why some parts of Dragon's Rising feel half-baked. This is unofficial, but it makes a lot of sense behind the scenes. Thousands of years later, Lord Rez attempts to break the seal during the Blood Moon ritual. He only succeeded in releasing Noct, while Rox's soul escaped and possessed Jordana. After the Tournament of Sources, the remaining 3 members were freed, including Rox's body. Their next act of terror, destroying the Cloud Kingdom and disappearing into a realm no one could follow. They regrouped and made the Dark Pact with Thunderfang, leading them to hunt prismatic blades, keys to freeing the Shattered Dragon. But Thunderfang betrayed them, draining their souls. But in Dragon's Rising Season 3 Part 2, the Forbidden 5 seems to be hollow and lifeless. Now merged with Thunderfang's dying power, their corrupted souls fueled his transformation into a Source Dragon. When the ninja approached the resting place of the Dragon of Focus, the Forbidden 5 were sent to stop them, but they weren't ready for Lloyd's and Aaron's unbidden storm. With all that backstory, all that build-up, where did it go wrong? The Season 3 trailer had us hyped up. 5 of the darkest villains, a real menace. For the first time in years, fans felt genuine stakes. Then the season dropped and the Forbidden 5 barely made an impact. Blink and you missed them. Fans struggled to name all the 5 after they first watched it. This disappointment cuts deep, because Ninjago has always been about more than battles. It's about growth,
Never put off until tomorrow what can be done today.
about heroes overcoming darkness inside themselves, and about villains pushing that journey. The Forbidden 5 had a perfect setup to be challenging villains, both emotionally and physically. They felt like disposable mini-bosses. They had a real backstory, but no arcs, no real threats. Season 3 Part 2 won't change that, because the Forbidden 5 turned hollow and are now dead in the Spectral Land. Under Thunderfang's control, they can't even talk anymore. Our only hope is Dragon's Rising Season 4. If it's not focused on the Forbidden 5, this will go down as one of Ninjago's biggest missed chances. They weren't just wasted, they were forgotten before their story even began. Noct was probably handled the best, Season 2 gave him solid development, fierce, competitive, and intimidating. During the tournament, after gaining all of the elemental powers, he showed real power. With Season 3, he mostly just stands around. He technically wins a fight with Zane and then he escapes, without consequences. A few moments like the one-on-one with Rez gave hope, but overall, Noct is underused. Drake surprised fans with some decent moments. As an elemental master of bugs, his powers led to cool scenes, like Kar's fire barely affecting him. He secured 2 prismatic blades and got some fight time, even if he stayed mostly with the group. Among the Forbidden 5, Drix was a fan favorite, because he actually got to shine sometimes. Kerr wasn't the favorite at first, especially with her design, but her decay powers on Roby were impressive and hinted at interesting potential. Unfortunately, she barely has a proper fight scene and mostly just exists as a background figure. Hopefully future seasons explore her ability more. Rox was a disappointment. Her soul was trapped in Jordana during Season 2 Part 2, so she barely featured in Season 3. She had fear powers but never really used them effectively. She seemed incompetent, making baffling choices like openly wishing the ninja would show up surrounded by enemies. She trusted Thunderfang blindly with no explanation. Compared to Noct, Rox felt like the weaker leader, failing to command, respect or control. Sword is arguably the biggest waste. His character had potential, but the show never gave him meaningful screen time or development. Pixel won against him without really fighting. Most people thought Zork was the strongest because of how he looked, but he can be seen as the weakest of the Forbidden 5. Even Rox wanted to make it to Forbidden 4 after Zork failed to get a prismatic blade.
Fail me again, and the Forbidden 5 will be the Forbidden 4.
One big reason the Forbidden 5 felt sidelined is that Season 3 shifted focus to Thunderfang from start to finish. Thunderfang overshadowed them, turning the Forbidden 5 into mere pawns. In a final, all 5 died, alongside Thunderfang, without a dramatic last stand or redemption. They became hollow. Fans were left wondering why such promising characters ended as background figures. Their story didn't end with a bang, it faded into silence. But what do you think? Which Forbidden 5 member had the most potential and who let you down the most? Drop your ideas and theories in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep Ninjago analysis. Thanks for watching.